9 over 6 innings in Milwaukee's eventual extra inning win over the Twins. Misiorowski also recorded his 200th strikeout of the season, becoming the second fastest pitcher to record 200 Ks in a season all time. Buster Olney joining us now here on First Take. So Buster, we know that the Brewers were in on Tarik Skubal, and then they strike out. He ends up going to the Dodgers. More on him in LA in just a bit. But that was supposed to be a potential insurance policy for this Brewers team. So if you look at Misiorowski going deep into games in the playoffs, can he stay on that trajectory? And is that something that the Brewers can rely on?
Yeah, Courtney, they're very aware of his innings, his pace, and how much work he's going to have leading into the playoffs, because they lived this last year when they got to that series against the Dodgers. They basically ran out of pitching. So what Pat Murphy, the Brewers manager, told me recently was they were going to be careful with Misiorowski, and they have been in recent weeks. And think about this, okay? Yesterday, on a sleepy Sunday, dog days of August, they're facing the Minnesota Twins. He threw 50 pitches of 100-plus miles per hour. Can you imagine what it's going to be once we get to October and he's facing the Cubs or the Dodgers? I actually had a GM with another team say to me recently, he thinks that when we hit October, Misiorowski is going to hit 107 miles per hour. That's how much talent he has.
Those are staggering numbers, and to do it 50-plus times yesterday, do they have to be worried about any sort of drop-off here, him being able to sustain that?
Well, I mean, certainly they're going to be cognizant of the fact that they don't want to run him into the ground before the playoffs start. So they will, limit the number of pitches that he throws in his start. Maybe they skip a day, give him an extra rest as we go down the stretch. And here's the thing. I think that Brewers potentially, as long as they don't get hit by a wave of injuries, are going to be in a better position with their pitching with guys like Logan Henderson, Kyle Harrison than they were last October. But they're very cognizant of what happened last year. They're making an adjustment this year.
Okay, so the Dodgers, the team that I mentioned, that was in the mix and ended up winning the Tarik Skubal trade sweepstakes. They lost again on Sunday. They fall to just 2-8 over their last 10 games. They did snap that losing streak on Saturday to the Diamondbacks, but lost yesterday. So for a team that seems to have everything and seems to have all the good news coming their way with all of these rehab starts that are happening, Shohei Ohtani soon to be back on the mound, potentially at some point as well. What is the biggest question mark with this Dodgers team that they're trying to figure out to get back on track?
Yeah, and Courtney, you're right. They have stuff to sort through. Edwin Diaz, the closer they signed the offseason, he blew saves on Friday and Saturday. They got to keep Kyle Tucker going. He's hit better of late. But the biggest issue between now and the start of October is with their catching. Will Smith was a World Series hero last fall, hitting the game-winning home run in Game 7. He's a respected veteran. He has a great relationship with these pitchers. He hasn't caught since the beginning of June because of a neck issue. And the Dodgers think that he could be back at the end of the year, but they're not totally sure. And Dalton Rushing, who has been the #2 catcher, he's also hurt. So a name to watch for as we go forward is Ben Rortvedt, who was a catcher that was in the minor leagues with another team, and the Dodgers picked him up just before the trade deadline because they're worried about their catching depth, not knowing if Will Smith is going to be able to come back for October.
Okay, so there's catching depth issues for the Dodgers. Their pitching depth, the rotation, seems like it's on the right track. We know that Blake Snell is going to come off the IL on Tuesday. Tyler Glasnow was in AAA in Oklahoma City for his second rehab start. Shohei Ohtani. He played catch Saturday as he slowly works his way back towards pitching. I want to position you with an idea here. Do you like the idea of the Dodgers using Ohtani as the opener in the playoffs? As Dave Roberts suggested, they may take that route once he's able to get back.
I think they'll take whatever they can get out of Shohei Ohtani because, Courtney, it's an open question. The issue that he has, a left knee issue for a right-handed pitcher, that's his land leg. That's not an insignificant thing. We've seen 2 or 3 times already where the Dodgers thought that he was going to make progress, and then he felt that discomfort. And let's face it, big picture, they want to make sure that he's okay as a designated hitter, so they'll slowly ramp him back up, and they'll hope that that left knee responds to the treatment that he's getting. And yeah, look, I mean, that's the Dodgers' advantage over other teams, right? Their depth. And so if you can get a handful of innings out of Ohtani down the stretch in October, they will take it. But a couple things to remember, no question. The priority for the Dodgers is to make sure that he's able to DH. And on top of that, Shohei Ohtani is going to do what he wants. Like, the Dodgers essentially wait for him to dictate what he's going to be able to do.
Yeah, we haven't seen him on the mound since that Padres series back in early July. We'll see how much longer we wait until he has his return. So let's go over to the American League, because the Yankees have a 1.5 game lead right now over the Red Sox for a top spot in the wild card after both teams lost on Sunday. So who are you buying more in the AL? Is it the red-hot Red Sox, or is it the Yankees right now?
The Red Sox, who, Courtney, had the most incredible comeback this year, going from 14 games under 500 to 13 games over 500 as of Friday before they lost on Saturday and Sunday. There's a lot to like about them, but at their peak, if everything goes well, I'm taking the Yankees. Because if they have, we get to October and the rotation is intact and Carlos Rodon will be back soon, it's the best rotation in the American League. And their bullpen will get better because Ryan Weathers probably going to switch from the rotation over to the bullpen. The big X factor, though, of course, is Aaron Judge. He's going to be back late August, early September. He's going to play. But the Yankees don't really know exactly what he's going to bring to the table when he comes back. They don't know if he's going to hold up day to day. But if he's okay, if he's close to being what he has been typically in the past, with Cody Bellinger coming back, Giancarlo Stanton, and with the emergence of rookie shortstop George Lombard Jr., that at its peak could be the best team in what is, generally speaking, a weak American League.
Yeah, and in a loaded AL East right now. One thing on Boston.
Yeah.
This is a team that hasn't lost a series dating back to early last month. You see these win streaks for them reach double digits. This recent one reached 9. What's been the most impressive thing? This team that starts 10-17, fires the coaching staff, gets its way back on track in a big-time way. How have they been able to do this in such incredible fashion, Buster?
Yeah, Courtney, all year they've been a good pitching team. They've, generally speaking, been a good defensive team. What has been remarkable is to see the change in approach with their hitters. I was talking with Rich Hill, the 21-year veteran, yesterday, and he talked about how, compared to the beginning of the year, when it felt like he had a lot of Red Sox players going all or nothing at the plate in every count, every pitch and every count, now it feels like that they're battling, working through the middle of the field. Caleb Durbin is the epitome of that. Started incredibly slowly, and lately he's been red hot. A game-winning hit the other night at the end of that amazing game they had against the White Sox. It's a tremendous turnaround, and they have X factors too, remember. We don't know if Roman Anthony's going to come back for them. We don't know if Garrett Crochet is going to come back. But, man, if they get those two guys back, that's even potentially a better team than what we're seeing right now. Yeah,
and just to clarify there, so when they lost to the A's back-to-back games, that was the first series that they lost dating back to last month. The Rays, five games ahead in that division, but we've got the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees clipping at their heels. The AL East loaded as always. Buster Olney, thanks for the time.